The Law Society of Kenya has come out to give their 2 cents on the weekly protest led by the Azimio Umoja coalition, which have been promoted by, among other, social economic grievances, which they say should not be used to spread propaganda and incitement to violence. Led by the Society's President Eric Theory, LSK insists that the right to protest is guaranteed under Article 37 of the Constitution, thereby an indication that the ban on demonstrations posed by Inspector General of Police Japheth Kome is not right.
The recurrent violations of the right to peaceful assembly have been spotlighted, including excessive use of force by police during protests, the failure to protect journalists who are covering the protest by the police, unlawful killings, failure by the police to use de-escalation tactics, arbitrary arrest, and the lack of accountability for these violations.
The Communication Authority of Kenya was not left behind on LSK's address following its move to censure 6 TV stations, including Ebru TV, for airing the Azimio-led protest, with the authority's Director General Ezra Chiloba saying that the TV stations violated the programming code. However, CA was ordered not to interfere with the broadcast of the station.
It is important to bear in mind that such actions, such as the Communications Authority recent retaliatory attacks to attempt to restrict press freedom, which prompted the Law Society together with other civil society to file a case against the Communications Authority and obtain an injunction, as well as the intended ancillary legislative amendment to be introduced as declared by the Ministry of Interior, that Parliament have the potential to be catastrophic as they continue to undermine democratic principles, social stability, and peace.
Protesters have also been warned for conducting themselves in a manner that threatens to breach public order, resulting in disruption of normal public activities and peace, as well as destruction of property.
We have also noted with great concern that some of the protesters have conducted themselves in a manner that threatens the breach of public order, resulting in disruption of normal public activities, as well as destruction of property. We urge members of the public to maintain peace during such protests.
However, the LSK has called on the security forces to ensure the safety of the protesters and everyone else is taken care of. In regard to the attacks and invasion of former President Uhuru Kenyatta's farm and the opposition chief Raila Odinga's gas plant, which happened on Monday, the society says they have received reports of biased response action from the National Police Service.
The country is unsafe if the police chooses to engage in political activity, and we therefore demand a full statement from the Inspector General of Police as to the circumstances of these attacks and the response that was taken by the National Police Service to these incidences.
The Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA, has been called upon by LSK to investigate the deaths and injuries that occurred from the use of force by police to determine whether the police standing orders were violated. Samson Jura for Ebru News.